Hello again, it's me, the Metaverse Explorer. I am in AthensDAO HackerHouseX in the Grape AthensDAO conference at the moment, happening, you guessed it, in Athens. Currently, I'm sitting in a conference room with Yero, one of the main contributors and artists of the Diversity Club. It's a new PFP inclusive NFT mint coming up on Solana. So we're going to have a chat for about 10, 12 minutes, see what's up with Yero. How you going, mate?
Hey, I'm doing very good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, my pleasure, man. So we'll get right into it, man. Tell us about Diversity Club. What's happening there? What is it?
Yeah, of course. So the idea came to me when I took a close look at the NFT space, and I saw that a lot of projects are very cool, bring very good utility, but a lot of them are very, let's say, playful. With all due respect, a lot of animal NFTs, a lot of bright, colorful stuff, and I wanted to do something a bit more serious, a bit more grounded, and a bit more relatable to everyone. Yeah. And that's when I came up with the idea for the Diversity Club. So the idea is that we created a collection where every asset has a cultural reference in some form. So every culture, every continent, every country in the world.
So you've managed to fit in every culture and every country into 10,000, how many mints, into the entire collection?
I tried my best. And I got some inspiration from the community. For example, when we launched our Discord, there were some people saying, hey, I'm not really represented yet. And I tried my best to include as many cultures as possible. And I think we definitely have every continent.
Yep.
Maybe not every...
Do you have Antarctica? That's what I want to know. Do you have Antarctica?
I think so, yes.
Hey, really nice. I think I'm going to mint that one myself. All right, so cool. We've got a bit of a background there. Well, tell us about you, actually. What's your experience in designing NFTs? Have you made any other previous NFTs before? What's the story?
I worked on one collection as a client. It was a client project, but not an art collection. And I got into design when I was about 11 years old. And I got into the NFT space basically just last year when I entered the Grape DAO.
Yeah.
And then I fell in love with DAOs, with the DAO structure. It was something completely new to me. And I thought there was a lot of potential there, and I wanted to build something of my own.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So you said you started designing when you were 11 years old. And I can tell throughout the designs of this PFPs here that they are kind of unique, as you said. They're not animals or they're not derivatives of monkeys or anything. Mm-hmm. They seem very inclusive. So you got inspiration for the community, right? What else did you get inspiration from? Why did you decide to go to each country and each continent? Why?
Well, I think the biggest inspiration for the collection has been the World of Women collection that launched on ETH. I think not last year, but the year before that. So 2000.
Was it World of Women? Is that
World of Women? Yes,
yeah,
exactly. I started illustrating a character. I tried to make it as neutral as possible. So it's a very minimalistic character. That's the base, and then I added different skin textures, different assets, different clothing, different layers.
Yeah.
And it just went from there. It was just a work in progress. And the concept kind of developed while working on the NFTs itself. So it's kind of just flowed all together, essentially.
Very nice, mate. So looking at, you've got a website here, and I might put the link down here below for people who might be listening to this on YouTube here. Reading through the website, there's a few things that caught my eye as well. So I saw something about the minting price, right? And I don't know if any of this is actually finalized yet, because I know everything in crypto is usually progressive. Everything changes as the tide flows. I want to know about the 15% minting price and the 50% for royalties. Can you tell us about what's happening with the funds when you raise it? What's it raising it for?
Yes, of course. So the idea is that 15% of the money generated by the primary sale and 50% of the royalties generated afterwards will stay within the project, controlled by the Diversity DAO that will be established after the mint. And the money will be used to, first of all, fund events for the Diversity Club. So there will be diversity access that you gain through owning one of the NFTs.
Yeah. What's diversity access? I've not heard of that.
That's the access to that's the access you receive simultaneously, the utility behind the NFT. So you get access to live events, gaming events, lectures, talks, interviews hosted by you maybe as well.
Yeah, maybe.
And then also we have a fund, and we talked to the guys from Change. We don't know if we're going to implement it with them, but we're going to definitely implement a fund.
There's talks in the way.
There's talks in the way. We're going to definitely implement a fund that will be controlled by the DAO. So I'm not going to make the decisions there. There's a DAO that can vote on how the money will be distributed to different cultural projects, artists on the come up, and yes.
So let's talk about the user flow then for a second. So you've minted. There's now a small treasury. There's a fund. And then you work with Change. I'm not familiar with them, and I'll go look into them. And so they get to decide throughout the DAO voting where the money is donated to. Is that right?
Exactly.
Donated to either a charity or a diversity or an inclusive group that's working towards.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be groups. It can be individuals as well. It's based on the needs and the time being. So it can be individuals from places where there are less opportunities out there. Because I think one thing I realized that I was very fortunate being born in Germany because I had access to the internet and I could basically teach myself how to use Photoshop, Illustrator, and all that, and went from there. And I think there are a lot of people who are very talented out there in the world that don't have access to those opportunities. And maybe we can equal it out a bit by giving back to people who are less fortunate but have the talent to contribute to something.
Very nice, man. Well said. Make it a bit more inclusive in the rest of the world.
Exactly.
Maybe we're a bit privileged being coming from Western countries or European countries.
Definitely,
I guess.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about something I saw in your Discord called Culture Challenge. What's the Culture Challenge?
Yeah, it was the first challenge we started when we launched the Discord server. It was actually on the same day we launched the Discord server. We started the Culture Challenge. And it was just incentivizing people to share a bit about their culture, about their background, where they come from, the history of their could be their country, their religion, their anything that resonates with people, and anything they want to share. So nobody was forced to share anything, but people were incentivized to do so if they felt like it. Yeah. And there were many cool entries.
Yeah, I did see. There's been a lot of entries on there, which is pretty cool. Yes. Why are people doing this? Why do you think they want to share what they've experienced or what they see or what they derive inspiration from? Are they getting whitelisted because of it?
Yes, they do. They do. The best entries all got whitelisted, and was basically everybody who entered something got whitelisted because the entries were just too cool to deny them the whitelist.
Hey, nice.
Yeah, but I think it's a cool thing. The world has so many things to offer, and you can only experience so much in person in your lifetime. So you have to talk to other people to experience everything the world has to offer.
Yeah, right. So talking about some of these guys that are getting whitelisted now, how can someone who's just finding you now, how can they either secure a whitelist or how can they mint one of your NFTs to help support some socially inclusive initiatives around the world? When's your mint date? What's the details?
Well, there are many ways to get whitelisted. So there are giveaways endorsed by us. You will find them on our Twitter. There's also just a way to partake in the challenges like the Culture Challenge and future challenges. And you can also just join the Discord and show some love, show good behavior, and some people will be rewarded for that also.
Oh, nice. What about the minting price? Is there a mint? It's going to be on Solana, obviously. Do you have a timeline for that?
We haven't decided yet. So the collection size and also the mint price will be decided on the fly based on the demand. We're also thinking about implementing a dynamic minting system to discourage bots from, just overflowing the network and buying 10 NFTs right when the mint starts.
Yeah, we do have a massive problem with bots in Solana at the moment. Can you explain a bit more about the dynamic minting system? So obviously you might have a cap on per wallet, but people will have multiple wallets. What are you actually doing there?
Yeah, so the idea is, and it's a system we're currently talking to developers from Strata, and what they are doing is very interesting. So the idea behind botting essentially is as soon as the mint starts, you
flood with transactions.
You flood the system with transactions. So the idea is to discourage bottis is to start with the higher mint price, and the mint price will then go down slow and steady. So it wouldn't make sense to flood the system with transactions in the beginning because the price would be higher. Yeah. So the price would slowly fall, and if the price falls and more people buy, the price will go back up. If then people get discouraged, will go back down.
So it meets supply versus demand, really.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. I have seen this mechanism being done elsewhere as well. And some people I have said, and I don't know if this will happen in your case, but some people say that it disincentivizes the people from buying the first ones, the actual people who wanted it. They would pay a higher price. Mm-hmm. And then as over time, the actual curve goes down and goes to a lower price. So
and also the price discovery usually takes place after the mint. So you mint an NFT and then people list them and the price... The value of the NFT will get figured out after the mint. It's a way to figure out the value of the NFT during the mint instead of on the after sale market.
Exactly. Cool. So let's say you've minted out now. We don't know the details yet, but probably soon. You've minted out. You're going to be on any secondary marketplaces, Magic Eden, perhaps.
Yeah, we're definitely going to try to be listed on Magic Eden. We're going to send an application there after the mint. And any other marketplace that is open. We also will talk to the guys from All Out. Maybe we'll be listed there. We'll see.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Well, I guess we might think about wrapping it up there. Do you have any questions for me, maybe?
Well, are you interested in minting one of our NFTs?
I am, because I'm interested in diversity and I want to help someone around the world. I don't know where to go and look and do that, but you guys seem like you're taking the initiative yourself. So I want to help you, you help them. So that's what I'm thinking about at the moment. The other reason I do like it myself is because of the actual artwork. It's very unique. I'm not sure if you specifically were in charge of the design of it, but some of the layouts, I am half Australian, half African. So I do have an African background, and some of the artworks I saw was reminiscent of my country, where I came from. So I quite like that aspect about it. Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, no problem. And like I look at some of the other NFTs in Solana, in and outside of Solana, and I didn't see anything that was really quite like it. So yeah, that's my little story there. Okay, well, we'll end it here. Yero, I want to thank you very much for coming on.
Of course, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure.
No problem. So this has been Metaverse Explorer and Yero from the Diversity Club, talking about NFTs in Solana. They'll be minting very soon. Make sure you check out the link down here below. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing. We will see you soon. Ciao.
Bye-bye.